Welcome back, my multifaceted woman and mature minds. On today's episode, we are going to talk about climbing the corporate ladder. I am going to talk a lot about corporate America on this channel and my journey in that world because I feel like it can kind of be misconstrued. A lot of people have their own projections and they're not really quite sure how to move up, or they're not really quite sure on just the vibe and the energy of that world, right? And I can say that again, it is competitive because a lot of people want that same position. But if you know that this is the area that you see yourself in, you feel really called, you feel very comfortable, it works with who you are and your purpose, understand that it's not going to be like overnight, right? Understand that you are going to be confronted with certain issues that our system has, that you know, whether it's racism, misogyny, or just people that are just a little bit on the shittier sides, right? However, when process that out, which just comes with life in general, you are going to find that there are so many learning opportunities, ways you can grow, and also ways that you can expand your knowledge, your network, and also identify what kind of fits you, right? So the first step of climbing the corporate ladder is processing the reality that you're dealing with, right? The reality is, yeah, it could be glamorous, the titles and the perks, but you are going to be confronted with people that are inherently very racist. You are going to be confronted with some pay inequalities. You are going to be confronted with areas of our systems that need work. And that is a part of corporate, right? Being able to address these issues, stand for what's right, and try to figure out ways to balance these issues out. So I do want to let you know that, right? That when you go through the corporate ladder, you are going to be confronted with it. And if you plan on climbing it, higher ups are going to look at how you're dealing with these issues. Are you going to flow to the side of just like being like, well, that's just the game and I don't stand for what's right because it's like, that's just not how it works and da 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 da, then you're going to cut your journey short. They are going to take note of it. As someone that worked in HR, I can tell by people's emails and their responses and who they sit with and how they go about life, if they are the type that never tried to kind of help out with the issues that we go through in corporate, whether it's some pay inequality, because nothing is perfect, right? You have to try to fix these issues. That's what corporate is for, to fix these inherent issues with our structures, right? And if someone is on the side of not even trying and adding to the racism and adding to these inequalities, they're not going to be taken seriously at all, right? So dealing with those issues and making sure you are trying to help, making sure that you are pushing things towards equality and making sure you are speaking up for any injustice that you see in the corporate structure. That is very important. So when you get past that layer, you are then going to be confronted and you are then going to be faced with a lot of opportunities, right? And have the opportunity to network, meet different minds, talk to different people, and kind of find your tune. It does take time. I think that the second layer, it takes a lot of time to find out what department will fit you and where your area of genius is, just because there's so many cool things. And if you're smart, you're smart. You're probably good at a lot of stuff, right? And it just takes time, and you have to give yourself space and grace to be like, okay, I want this. Like I remember when I was first really, really going into corporate, because I started in healthcare. I was like, am I more in the business analyst? Am I corporate finance or HR? I was still finding my tune until law just came right on my feed and marketing came right on my feed. And that became something that literally came so natural to me. It was like so easy, like it was literally easy, right? To flow into those structures. But I gave myself years and time to kind of figure out my tune there, right? So you do want to give yourself space to do that. And then after you find out, like, okay, I feel like this is me, like I am an accountant or I am an auditor or I am a marketer, right? Then the next step is finding your unique voice, finding how you speak in the corporate world so people can distinguish who you are, because it could be easy to get lost as an email or lost as an employee. But you want to make sure that you are standing out, especially if you desire to be, in leadership, right? You want to make sure that you find something about you that is unique and that people know that, okay, this is Chakati, or okay, this is Jay, or okay, this is Sean, or whoever it is. Like, you want to make sure that people know who you are, right? And then I would say another way of climbing the corporate ladder is to do a project that is like, wow, right? Do a project that you feel like the company really needs and lead it, right? Taking leadership without your manager telling you to do anything can really, really stand you out, really, really, doing the work, hiring, doing all of that before someone comes to you and tells you to do it. I mean, that will 10 out of 10 times help you climb up the corporate ladder, or just give you amazing network and amazing credibility and an amazing reputation. So I really hope that helps. Also, you can follow me on LinkedIn if you have any questions about the workforce at Chakati Sterling. And bye, I'll catch you later.